Hello and welcome back to the program. Well, as promised before the break, we are now joined by Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Northwest Florida, as Paula Shell is here to join us. She's the CEO of Big Brothers Big Sisters. Paula, thank you so much for coming on the program today.
Well, thanks for having us.
Absolutely. It's been a while since you guys have been on.
It has. We were talking about that.
Yeah, I just want to kind of catch up and see what you guys have going on. But first, let's start with Big Brothers Big Sisters. A lot of people have heard of the organization, have seen you guys around or some literature about y'all, but might not be really familiar with what you do. Can you kind of explain to us what your mission is and what the objective of Big Brothers Big Sisters really is?
Yeah, so what we do is we want to provide those children in the area who need or want what we call a big, which is a big brother or big sister. So it's an individual that's willing to give just some time to a child, primarily from single parent families is what we work with. We do assist grandparents raising their grandchildren, military families since we're a heavy military area, foster families. It could be a two-parent household with special circumstances, but our primary focus is single-parent families. And back to the grandparents, what we're seeing our trend is not grandma, grandpa any longer. It's single grandma, and grandma's raising 4 or 5 children because of her son and or daughter are incarcerated in prison. So that's kind of like a trend that we're seeing with the kids that we work with. So it's just an extra person in that child's life to nurture them and guide them as they grow to become a responsible community citizen.
So how do people get involved, and then how do you match a big with a little? How does that process take place?
So the kids get involved by the parent or guardian calling our agency and just saying, I'm interested in getting a big for my child. Volunteers call and say, I'm interested in becoming a big. It's that simple. Kids can come into their program though starting at age 6, and then they can stay matched until they're 18. And that's our ultimate goal, is to keep those matches together, long lasting. That's where you see the impact. Research shows that if a child is matched less than 6 months, it's more detrimental to them than it is good. So we do everything on the front end, we think, to put good matches together. And so the volunteer can come in and be very specific about the child that they want to work with, age, geographic location where they live in town, certain aspects of that child's life that they feel comfortable or not comfortable with. We look at interest. We don't want to match somebody that's very active and outdoors with a child that's a couch potato and likes to stay inside and play video games, So we want to do everything on the front end to make sure it's going to be a good match.
Sure, and once that match is made and you have the two paired, how much time is given in each week, and what kind of activities do they do?
So the minimum requirement is that a big spend 2 times a month with their little.
Okay.
And that's not a whole lot.
Yeah.
I mean, and you can incorporate that little into what you're already doing. It's not that you've got to find extra time to achieve that. Bring them with you when you're going shopping or you're doing something with your family. We do ask that our bigs at the beginning, that the relationship is just between the big and the little before you incorporate that family, just so that they get to know you a little bit. But absolutely, you can bring in your family. So at a minimum, it's 2 times a month. And then we do have some bigs that are interested in just doing 1 hour a week. And that's our school-based program. And so we match a big that has that interest with a little in a school, and they just go 1 time a week and see them in the school setting, and then don't see them outside the school setting.
Okay. And what service area do you guys service?
So we service the 5 counties here in the Panhandle of Florida.
Great,
so from Pensacola all the way over to Panama City.
Excellent.
The bulk of our matches, though, are Escambia, Santa Rosa County.
Okay.
And that's where we're seeing the most.
And I know you guys have a lot of events, that take place throughout the year to help with your organization. One of them is in January to start the new year with the big gala, but you got a new one coming this year, right?
We do. We've been known to do Bowl for Kids' Sake, but we've kind of taken a different twist now. We're not doing Bowl for Kids' Sake, and we're doing the Big Scoop. So will be our 2nd year. We tested the waters last year and was very successful. So it's a very family-friendly Just we want anybody and everybody to come, and it's an afternoon. It's like a old-timey ice cream social in Seville Square. So it's very fun. Games for the kids. Just a really fun time. It's May the 19th this year, and we're real excited about that event.
Yeah, I mean, an afternoon in the park with ice
Yes.
cream and everything else, stuff for the kids to do, and that's a great
Yeah.
great opportunity. So I got less than a minute left, but if anybody wants to get involved with Big Brothers Big Sisters, whether it be a volunteer, being a little, or sponsoring one of your events, how can they go about doing that?
Just call our agency. We have a very easy number to remember. It's 433-KIDS. And I will say that January is National Mentoring Month, and we really just want to challenge that let mentoring be the New Year's, right? Your New Year's resolution, and get involved.
Great. Paula, thank you so much for coming on the show today. I
Sure.
really
Thanks for
appreciate it.
having me.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Stay with us. When we come back, we'll be in our Okaloosa County studio to talk about events in Fort Walton Beach.